Welcome to this lecture on animal behavior. Today, we are going to explore one of the most fascinating puzzles in the natural world: altruism. Why would an animal sacrifice its own well-being, or even its life, to help another? By the end of this video, you will deeply understand the hidden evolutionary logic behind self-sacrifice. To begin our journey, imagine you skip studying for a crucial exam to help a stranded friend. You pay a personal cost to provide a benefit to someone else. In nature, we see this constantly. A worker honeybee will sting an intruder to protect her hive, even though the act tears out her abdomen and kills her. Why would nature program an animal to destroy its own chances of survival? This self-sacrificing behavior is what biologists call altruism, and it forces us to look far beyond the survival of the individual animal. Now that we have seen an example, let us define this scientifically. In the strict biological sense, altruism is any behavior that decreases an animal's own direct fitness while increasing the direct fitness of another individual. But what do we mean by fitness? We are not talking about physical strength or doing push-ups. Fitness is an individual's ability to survive and pass its genes to the next generation. So an altruistic act reduces the actor's chances of having offspring while boosting the recipient's chances. This brings us to a massive contradiction with what we know about evolution. This definition leads us to an important question. If natural selection wipes out traits that reduce reproductive success, how does altruism survive? It seems to completely contradict Charles Darwin's theory. To solve this paradox, we must shift our perspective. Evolution is not just a ruthless struggle between individuals. It is about the survival of the genes themselves. Animals can pass on their genes indirectly by helping their relatives reproduce. This groundbreaking concept is known as kin selection, and it forms the absolute foundation of complex animal societies. Building on the idea of kin selection, a brilliant evolutionary biologist named W.D. Hamilton introduced the concept of inclusive fitness. He realized that an animal's total genetic success is not just about its own babies. Inclusive fitness is the sum of an animal's direct fitness, which is its own offspring, and its indirect fitness, which is the offspring of its relatives who share its genes. An animal will only perform an altruistic act if the genetic payoff of helping a relative outweighs the personal cost. This explains why family bonds are so strong in nature. This delicate balance between cost, benefit, and genetic relatedness is captured in a beautifully simple inequality known as Hamilton's rule. The formula states that R times B must be strictly greater than C. Let us break down these symbols. The letter R is the coefficient of relatedness, meaning the genetic fraction the actor and recipient share. B is the reproductive benefit, or how many extra offspring the recipient produces thanks to the help. Finally, C is the reproductive cost, which is the number of offspring the actor loses. If the relatedness R increases, the animal is willing to pay a much higher cost C to help. Before we move on, let us see this with a concrete example. The biologist J.B.S. Haldane once joked he would give his life for two brothers. Let us test this mathematically. Imagine an animal sacrifices its life to save its full siblings. The cost, C, is the loss of its own life. Let us assume it would have produced exactly 2 offspring, so C equals 2. full siblings share half their genes, so the relatedness R is 0.5. We need to find the minimum benefit B, which is the number of offspring the siblings must produce to make this sacrifice worthwhile. Let us plug our values into Hamilton's rule to solve for B. We set up the inequality. 0.5 times B is strictly greater than 2. The left side is the indirect genetic benefit, and the right side is the direct genetic cost. To isolate B, we divide 2 by 0.5, which gives us 4. This means the saved siblings must collectively produce more than 4 offspring. Since each sibling produces 2 offspring, saving exactly 2 siblings only breaks even. To win evolutionarily, the animal must save at least 3 siblings. Haldane's joke is mathematically perfectly accurate. Now that we have used this formula for a thought experiment, let us apply it to a real-world field study of ground squirrels. When a hawk approaches, a squirrel gives a loud alarm call, saving its nieces and nephews, but risking its own life. The cost, C, is 1 lost future offspring. The benefit, B, is 6 extra offspring produced by the saved nieces and nephews. To find the relatedness, R, we multiply the shared genes. You share half your genes with your sibling, and they share half with their child. So 0.5 times 0.5 gives a relatedness of 0.25. Let us calculate the indirect genetic benefit for the squirrel. We multiply the relatedness, which is 0.25, by the total benefit, which is 6. This gives us a value of 1.5. In plain English, this means that by sounding the alarm and saving those nieces and nephews, the squirrel is effectively passing on the genetic equivalent of 1.5 of its own offspring into the next generation. This indirect fitness calculation is the absolute key to understanding why the squirrel puts itself in mortal danger. So we have calculated the indirect benefit. This brings us to the final mathematical proof of why this behavior evolves. We must compare the indirect benefit of 1.5 to the direct cost, which is 1. Since 1.5 is strictly greater than 1, Hamilton's rule is perfectly satisfied. This mathematically proves that the alarm-calling behavior is evolutionarily advantageous. Even though the caller loses 1 potential offspring, it gains the equivalent of 1.5 through its relatives. This proves exactly why female squirrels living near relatives are far more likely to give alarm calls than males who move away. To visually reinforce what we just learned and proven, let us look at this diagram of inclusive fitness. On the left, you see the actor producing direct offspring. The blue arrow represents direct fitness. On the right, the green dashed line shows the genetic link to relatives, like siblings, who then produce their own offspring. This represents indirect fitness. The large bracket combining both of these branches shows the total inclusive fitness. This diagram beautifully illustrates that an animal's genetic legacy is not just a single downward line, but a branching family tree of shared genes. We have covered the full topic of altruism, so let us review the most important ideas. First, altruism is not a flaw in Darwin's theory. It is a beautiful extension of it, where animals sacrifice personal reproductive success to help close relatives. Second, this process is driven by kin selection, meaning cooperation is mathematically favored when individuals share genes. Finally, Hamilton's rule provides the exact mathematical condition for this, proving that self-sacrifice is actually genetically selfish at its core. you now have the tools to decode the hidden logic behind nature's most heroic behaviors.